Hello.
Hello.
Thank you so much for joining us again on another episode of Director or Distractor. How has your week, so far? How was your week? I hope you had a fantastic week so far,
Yeah,
right?
it's
And coupled with a restriction
been
being
lifted.
lifted right here in Manitoba.
Yeah,
We are all excited. Yeah, we don't want to put on the mask. Some people are so tired of wearing the mask all
yeah,
around.
yeah. Some
But at the
people are so
same time,
tired. Yeah,
yeah, still have to be cautious.
yeah.
Still make sure, wash your hands, um, 6 feet apart
They're
again.
6 feet apart.
6 feet
6 feet
apart.
apart, right?
6 feet apart. Yeah, but just just try and be careful.
Mhm.
Things are still out there, but in everything,
We should give
we
thanks.
are so
We so
grateful
grateful and
that
give
we are
thanks to
here.
God.
We are still standing
Yeah.
despite all the storms, despite everything that has happened. 2 years
Uh,
before
other
vaccinated, we are still standing. I want to say a big congratulations to you and
yeah,
give God all the praise and
that's
all the
right.
thanks,
That's
because
right.
without Him, we
We went.
cannot be here. We
We went. Yeah,
cannot
we
still
went.
be
Yeah.
standing. This COVID-19 will have just swept us all away.
Yeah, and
But
that
we
that
thank
that
God.
reminds me. That brought us to the topic we're talking today.
Interesting topic.
Ethical. So
Ethical
ethical. Yeah, what's
or
ethical to?
unethical?
Okay, so say when you go to the mall
Mhm.
and then you pick up your grocery,
Yeah.
like you pick up a tomato or you pick up cranberry or anything,
Yeah.
and on your way out you just find out that, oh, I don't need this, and this is something else, and then you got to where another aisle with different
You
items
just jump in
and
there.
just dump it there. To you, is that ethical or
Hmm.
unethical?
Of
You do
course.
that sometimes, eh?
Yeah,
And
most people
so
are guilty of that. Why are you why are you accusing
no,
me?
no, 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 I'm not accusing you,
Yeah,
but
I know, to be honest,
to be honest, you have to go back. I know some of us are in a hurry to rush to go
yeah,
out. You've been working the high. Imagine you have a 100,000 square foot of mall, and you've walked around, spent hours, and you carry a lot of items, and you got to a
you now
point
want to go
and you
back
don't
to
want
go
to
and
go
drop
back to
tomato?
the first aisle and drop back the tomato at the
No,
right spot. Oh, come on,
come
that's
on.
unethical, right?
Yeah, but let's be honest.
Okay, let's say this. You
Okay,
come to
yeah.
my office.
Or let
Okay.
me say something again. Some people, when you do your grocery shopping and you want to use the self checkout, and the machine will ask you how many bags. Are you being honest? Some people might say 0 bags, and you're using 5 bags,
And you're
and you're
using
looking
five
at it,
bags, eh?
5 bags, but you put zero
Well, you put zero there.
there. Is that ethical
Is that
or
ethical or
unethical?
unethical?
Let
Oh, yeah,
answer that
answer the
question.
question, right?
There's
Or
so
let's
many
say,
things
okay,
that we do.
let's say you come to my office at my work desk,
Yeah.
and then you mistakenly, let's say, you pick up my pen and you walk away, and then later on you discover that, oh, this is Samson's pen,
Yeah.
and you find, oh well, Samson has a lot
Samson,
of pen.
yeah,
You
he has a lot
mind?
of pain. He doesn't
Is
mind.
that
Yeah.
ethical?
Mm. Isn't it? Do you know there are so many things that we do that we know that, yeah,
Yeah,
this thing is
yeah,
unethical, right? And then we
absolutely.
just say
Yeah.
it's
So
yeah.
we count it as norm, but unconsciously, sometimes conscious, when you get to the point of conscious, I would leave that up to our
Our
guest
best.
today.
Mhm.
He's a professional, and then a doctor who's into a lot of coaching, mentoring, and I mean, he's loaded. He's a great resource to reach out to talk on ethical on an and unethical, which is more profitable. So, but before we proceed on this, I would like to, because Canada made up of a diverse nations, and we wouldn't be here if not for the First Nations who've paid the price. And I want to acknowledge the Treaty One Manitoba territory where we're at on this land. That's the Treaty One that where we are. So I want to give regards and respect respect and honor those who made this happen, and those who fought for the freedom, and who are continually saying that we are unanimously as a community advancing in the land. So thank you very much for all the First Nation, and then we'll pray that God Almighty will keep you, strengthen you, and uphold you in all your ways. And to the
Amen.
leadership, we pray that God will strengthen your hand in everything
Amen.
you do. Thank you
Amen.
very much. Yeah. So
Amen.
back to our guest for today.
Yes. Um,
He's yeah. I'll leave you to talk about that. Our guest today, yeah.
yes. I Our guest today is an honor for me to read his bio. His name is Dr. Olushola Ajide.
Yeah.
Shola has over 22 years experience as a consultant within sustainability, corporate, social responsibility, and partnership development settings. He holds a PhD in management from the Robert Gordon University, Aberdeen, Scotland. His research interests include CSR, corporate community engagement, developmental partnerships, nonprofit organization management, oil and gas industry, sustainable development, and blended learning. In addition, he holds a master's degree in management information system from Coventry University, UK. Currently, he doubles as a Christian Against Poverty Job Club Center manager at Fountain of Love, Aberdeen, and is also the head of partnership development at the RCG FOL Aberdeen, United Kingdom, responsible for overseeing social community projects that caters for the needs of lonely and isolated elderly persons, a job club for the unemployed person seeking to get back into employment, and a restorative justice project that help rehabilitate prisoners back into the society with social welfare, also providing transportation to families of those in prison. Shola has previously been involved in lecturing at the Aberdeen Business School, Robert Gordon University, where he taught various management courses. Early, he was a lecturer at INT High University, Nilai, Malaysia, where he taught management courses as well. He has consulted for businesses and not-for-profit organizations in UK and Nigeria. He is a member of the British Academy of Management and associate member of the Energy Institute UK. He is a current founding president of the Nigerian Environmental Society United Kingdom chapter. Furthermore, he is a member of the coordinating team for the RCCG UK School of Leadership Scotland region. In addition, he's a member of the team overseeing the Scotland chapter of Equip, a Dr. John Maxwell organization. Previously, he was the Assistant General Secretary of the Nigerians in Diaspora Organization, Malaysia chapter 2009/2010. Since 2011, Shola has been actively involved in the community by volunteering with Scottish registered charities and sit on the board of trustees of two Scottish registered charities. He actively mentors professionals across Africa. Conclusively, Shola created and manages website and the social media pages of some charities in the UK. Also, early this year, he secured funding from the Ferrer Aberdeen Fund and Cora Foundation for projects, for community projects.
Yeah. So the next phase you will see now will be our own special guest. Thank you very much for coming and joining this, Dr. Shola Ajide.
Good day, good
You're
day, good morning.
welcome.
I know morning
Good
over there.
morning.
Thank you very
Yeah.
much for having me. Thank you so much, Mr. Sam and Kemi. Thank you so much for having us today.
Yeah.
Thank you,
It's an
sir.
honor to have you, sir.
And you can connect with Dr. Shola
On
Ajide
his
on
Instagram
his
handle,
Instagram. Yeah.
that's at doctors underscore Olushola underscore Ajide. Yeah, you can connect with him there. He does a lot of live streaming, career and creativities on Africa. with a lot of talents and vibrant youths who are making great waves and positively impactively impacting the community. Yeah, we are glad to have you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. It's a privilege. It's a privilege.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
yeah. So I'm just gonna leave you here to like we're talking about ethical and unethical. So
Yeah,
up to you, over to you. I know you. We'll be sharing a slide. If you, I can put it open right away.
yeah,
Right?
yeah,
Okay.
So if you have your
If you,
question, just
yes, and
put
then
it in the
before
comment.
that, I want, yes, thank you. I want, if those who are joining, please share. I want to encourage you to share this, invite someone to come be part of this. Uh, Share it within your network, and the video will still be there on for you to go back and watch. But someone needs to be part of this. Thank you. Well, this is a class. Be ready for the prof.
See, I have
I have
my
my pen and I
pen
have my
and I
notepad here.
have my book and I
Yeah,
have
I'm ready to
notes down.
learn and get your questions ready.
And get your question
Yeah.
ready. Okay.
thank you very much. Can you see my slide?
Yes,
And you can see it in presentation mode. Can you?
that's right.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, excellent, excellent. All right. Thank you very much, sir and ma'am, for having me to share on director or distractor, ethical and unethical, which is more profitable. And I think I count it a privilege and an honor to be able to do this with us. Quickly, I'll run through some slides, and after the slides, we'll be going through issues of looking at what is ethical, what is distractor, and what are very important. And I know that we have quite varied guests and audience today. So I want to make it more engaging. So please, I will be requesting from you to respond and to do something. So please, let's make sure that we enjoy our time together. All right, great. Now, quickly, what's the aim of this particular presentation? It's not to reprimand anybody or to berate or to scold anybody. Rather, it's an attempt to suggest a possible template for you, that will help you to begin to on your sorry for that, I got distracted. Let me just put up my phone. Yeah, a possible template that will be able to help you to have self-discovery on your journey of self-discovery. So I'm open to share with us today a possible template that will help us to achieve just exactly that. As you go on your journey on earth, you'll be able to get and you draw from these particular templates. Now, question: who am I? Like you've had the bio. That's my bio. If you need more about me, go back and listen to that. Now, quickly, let's start with this topic today: director or distractor, ethical and unethical, which is more profitable. So quickly, we'll look at it. Now, I want to start by engaging you. If you are watching this particular broadcast today, and if you are a student, I want you to type 1 in the comment section. And again, if you are a recent graduate in which you are not a student and you are a graduate and you are not employed, I would like you to please type number 2 in the comment section. Either you are on Facebook or you are on YouTube. And now, if you are not one of those and you are employed, you have been employed, you've left school, and now you are actually employed, I want you to type 3 in the comments. It will help us to be able to gauge and know the aspect of our audience, because what you're saying today is applicable in any phase of this where you find yourself. Now, quick question, opening question: what does success look like to you? If you like, you can put the comment. If you like, you cannot put a comment. It's a rhetorical question. Number 2, how do you know when you have become successful? How do you know? And number 3, what can you do not to, what can you not do, rather say what can you not do to attain that success? So if you know what success means to you, if you know what it means to attain that particular success, Is there anything that is outside your control or outside what you can say that you, for some people will say, for success, I can do anything, either ethical or unethical. That's the point I'm trying to drive at here. What can you not do to attain that success that you aim at? Okay. Now, I believe that for you as a person to live successfully on earth, there are some key questions you must consider, you must know. It will help you to life to be more valuable. That's the way I look at it. Number one, the question of who are you? Who am I? You need to answer the question, who am I? It will give you an understanding of your identity, of who you are. If you understand who you are, your identity, it will help you to be able to answer the next question. Where am I from? It will help you to understand your source. I know, like our guest, Mr. Sampson, was mentioning, our host rather, was mentioning about the Manitoba origin and those people who provide platform. The question is, where are you from? Some might say, oh, I'm from Manitoba. In actual fact, you are not from Manitoba. You need to look at where are you from. I'm looking at the bigger picture here. Where did you come from? Some will say, oh, I came from the belly of my mother. No, you came from somewhere. So try to understand where you come from, your source. And if you understand your source, also it will help you to now understand and ask the question, why am I here? Why am I in Manitoba? Why am I on earth, on this terrestrial ball? Now I'm going somewhere, all this will add together, and okay, and that will not take you to, okay, what can I do? What can I do? Even as I'm on earth, as I'm in Manitoba, or I'm in Calgary, or I'm in Toronto, wherever you find yourself and you are joining us from, what can you do? It will lead to aspect of your potential. And the last thing, where are you going? So if you leave this earth, you came into this earth, where are you going after you leave this earth? And that will lead to the aspect of your destiny. So those are important questions I want you to be reflecting upon and to have good answers to them. Now, to what we are discussing today. That was just a preamble. Now, I want to give you a definition of who is a director. Now, looking at the esports director, what comes to mind? A person who is in charge of an activity, or in charge of a department, or in charge of an organization. Now, this person that is in charge is either elected to that organization or appointed to that position. Now, but this person generally has a certain power, has a power or authority, duty relating to the management or that organization or activity. But in this particular presentation, I want you to change that particular definition to be you as a person. You're actually a person in charge of your life. Your life is into different departments. Your life is in like an organization that have different departments, and you are being elected. You've been appointed by God to be in charge of your life. And you have powers, you have duties to manage your life, to administer your life. That's the way I want to look at this issue of director. And the next one is, who is a distractor? A distractor is a person or a thing that distracts. What does that mean? It means it makes you lose focus. Or you could say is a person that says, out of many multiple options, you choose one, you choose incorrect answer. If you've done multiple answers before, they give you 4 options. Out of the 4 options, there's one that is a correct answer, and there's one that actually is not the correct answer, but was put in that particular position to distract you from the correct answer. And that's a distractor. Now, what does that have to do with us? It means in life, it's like multiple choices. There are many departments of your life. And as there are many departments of your life, therefore, there are multiple choices you need to make about your life. And therefore, you need to be careful not to focus on the distractors that will lead you away from directing your life appropriately in an ethical manner. I hope you get the drift, you get it. All right, quickly. I want you to say, what do you think is the most important thing in life for you? Please put in the comments. Respond. What is most important to you now? Currently, as you are here now, what do you think is the most important in life? I want you to put that comment. Let me feel you. Let me see you. What do you think? What is the most important thing to you as a person? Well, because of my time, I'll go on as you are keep commenting. What is most important to you right now? I put it to you that what is most important in life are values. What is most important in life are values. And that is what we're looking at. So when we look at director or distractor, when we look at ethical or unethical, all those is premised, is underpinned by values. And that is what we're going to spend time to look into. The values. What are your values? So when I say what is most important in life, there are values. There are values. And that is the argument I'm presenting to you today. To begin to, you need to begin to reassess your values. Do you have values? What are those values? And begin to reassess those values. And I'll begin to bring something. So, what are values? Quickly. So, values are principles or standards of behavior. So, they are principles, standards of behavior, or these are your judgment of what is important in life. Values are those things which you as a person have determined that this is very, very important in life. For some people, it depends. Let me not go ahead of myself. Value are different. Now, let me quickly say values more. I say values, your values are the things that you believe are important in the way you live your life or in the way you walk. And those are the things you believe are very important. And based on your belief system, they are absolutely important. And that's what underpins your decisions. Like I said in the distractor, those multiple choices of options you make. So those values, if you have one, is what determine if you choose the right value, if you choose the right option when you are making decisions, even in life. All right. I therefore argue and put to you that there are two types, these values are two types in life. Values, two kinds of values you must take time to reflect on, reminisce on this, and think. The first one is value, the determinant of value for of satisfaction, of purpose, of impact as a person. So as you as an individual, what are your values? Because they determine if you're going to be satisfied with life or not. It determines if you're going to be purposeful in life or not. It determines if you're going to be making impact in life as a person or not. Your values are very, very important. Do you have them or you don't have them? The second thing argument I'm making today is that values is the determinant of the financial reward you gain on earth. If you have whatever amount of money you have made or you intend to make, the amount of value you deliver and you bring to people on earth will determine how much you get. Determine your bank balance at the end of the day. Determines if you're going to get promotion at your place of work. The value you deliver to your organization determines if you are going to attain the goal you've set for yourself. So values are very important. All right. So what are the areas where you as a person need to begin to look for value? What are areas of life where they are critically values are needed? And you need to begin to pay more attention to these particular suggestions. Number one, values are important in the family. If you're married or not married, values are important. The way you live your life as a person, values are important. If you're married in your family, values are important. The way you live your life. Number two, employment. If you are employed, like I asked initially, if you are employed, Values are important. The way you live, you do your work, the way you relate to people, the way you talk to people in your place of work. Values are extremely important, and you need to pay attention. What are your values in your place of work and in the organizations that you relate with? Number three, as an investor. So, of course, we're saying you need to increase your financial outlay, you need to be productive, you need to ensure that you can live your life and enjoy your life. So if you want to invest your money, say you work and you have a piece of money, you want to invest that piece of money, values also play a role in that, because it will determine if you want to, the type of things you want to invest your money in. Would you like to, I wouldn't know, would you like to invest in ammunition, production of AK-47, or would you like to invest in cigarettes, tobacco, or would you like to invest in organizations that promote gambling, for example? Can you now see how it plays out? Your values determines where you put your money in, where you invest. If the organization is ethical or the organization is unethical. So value are very, very important. Number four, rather, values are important in the environment, the way the society runs, and where you live and how you relate in that environment. Values are extremely important. And the last one there is as a stakeholder. You live in a particular community, like our host told us initially about the Manitoba community. In the Manitoba community, or wherever community you are joining us from and you are watching this, you are a stakeholder in that community. The role you play in that community, your values will be determined, will play a key role. So if you are a person that lives in a community and you don't play any active role, that tells us the type of value you have. If you're a person that lives in the community and you are very active, concerned about the unemployed, concerned about those who are lonely, concerned about those who are teenage pregnancy, concerned about drugs and alcohol abuse, concerned about various aspects, domestic abuse, your values would determine if you are a person who, as a stakeholder in an environment, who plays an active role. So, now I want to engage you now. If you have exhibited positive values before, anyone you can remember since when you became conscious till today that you are listening to me, put number 4, type 4 in the comment section. Let me see, let me get a feel of you. If you can remember a time in which you were able to exhibit a positive value, either in your family, either as an investor, either as an employee, either as a stakeholder, or either in your environment, type number 4 in the comment section. Let me get a feel of how you have positively impacted your environment. All right, I'll go on now. Now, you might be wondering, what does sustainable development goals have to do with values, with destructor, director or destructor, ethical or unethical? For those people who is finding it hard, I alluded to the fact that for you to be in a community, you need to be doing something in that community. You need to be contributing something in that community. All right. So if you are finding it hard for you to know what to do in your community, the sustainable development goals provide a template for you to know things you want to maybe focus your attention that you can begin to do right after this presentation or after this session today, that you can begin to make impact, positive impact in your community. So if you look at that, number 1, no poverty, 0 hunger. So you can begin to say, okay, in your community, those who are poor, you want to begin to take care of them. Those who are hungry in your community, you want to begin to take care of them. Those who have good health, who have mental issues, who have psychological issues, you want to begin to take care of them. Education, you say, oh, some people are challenged education-wise. You want to begin to provide education. Gender equality, there's in gender equality. You want to begin to take care and tackle the issue of gender imbalance in organizations. So all these 17 goals provide a template, a suggestion to you for you to begin to think about and see. And these are areas in which the world, the United Nations is saying, these are values we are giving to you. These are suggestive places you can begin to exhibit and discover your values. All right. Now, if I've told you that values are very important, are the most important in life, the next point I'd like to make to you, for you to be able to live a valuable life, an impactful life, there are some attitudes required of you. There is a behavior required of you. And these are some of the suggestions I have today. They're not exhaustive, but just a suggestion. Appreciation. You need to begin to have the value and the way of being appreciative of life, appreciative of your family, appreciative of your employer, appreciative of your community, appreciative of organizations, appreciative of, if you're an investor, appreciative of the organization that provides you the platform for you to be able to invest. You need to begin to live a life of appreciation. And when you do this, it makes your life more impactful, more valuable. Comprehension. Try to comprehend, understand the society, understand the community, understand how the world works. Try to understand people. And it's important for you to be able to have a right on attitude. When you seek to understand and comprehend people, you'll be able to help understand and know how to be able to take care of people and be a person that will add value to the lives of other people. All right. Opportunities. Also, you need to begin to have the aptitude of knowing that there are opportunities everywhere. I say on my mentor's show that you see opportunities are everywhere. It's only for you as you go around, open your eyes and see them. You begin to have that philosophy that there are opportunities everywhere. There are no challenges, but there are opportunities everywhere. All right. There's also the attitude of integrity. You must begin to have this aspect of integrity in which you are saying, oh, I must be a person of my word. I must be a person of integrity and stand based on that integrity. You need it for you to make a positive and an impactful life. Again, morality. Now, we are in a society in which it seems morals are turned and thrown away out of everything. It's good for you to live a moral life. It's good for you to know and to understand that there's need for you to have some moral, decorum in the way you live your life, in what you do with your life. There's need for you. These are positive attitudes you need. And just like I told you, it's not exhaustive, but it's just some people. For you to be able to live a valuable and impactful life as a director or as a distractor, you must value people. You must value people. You see, there's nothing you can do on life without people. This I suggested to you. For you to be married, it is a person you are going to get married to. You need people. For you, either if you are in a family, your parents are people, human beings. So you need to value people. So if you are an employee looking for a job, it's a person, people that will employ you. You're not going to work in a midst of a team with other people. So you need to value people. If you're going to invest, it is somebody that will help you to invest your money. You need people. So the point is this: if you're living in a community, you need people. There's no way. So you must learn how to treat people well, how to make people feel esteemed, how to make people feel they are honored and valued. And you must not have that attitude of demeaning people, disrespecting people, condescending in the way you deal or attract or talk to people. No, you mustn't. So these are some of the attitudes I want you to please consider. All right. Now, I want to now give you an example of some people whom I know, just to be able to make you to begin to think. I mentioned that sustainable development goals, the United Nations are giving us ideas. So you too can begin to think of, okay, what can I do in my community? How can I be a person of value in my community? What value can I add in my community? I want to give you some individuals who are driven by some of these topics of this value I'm talking about, and they're making positive impact in their own community. Now, here is this particular young lady who is making absolutely amazing contribution to our community. She just won an award again. She keeps winning awards. She's based in Nigeria. Now, can you guess what is the material she used to produce the dress she's putting on?
Hmm.
Type in the comment. Type in the comment section. What can you guess? And the bags and the that she's holding, all those things, those shoes. Can you guess? Type in the comment section. Let me see if you can guess appropriately. All right, I'll let you know. They are sachet water, what you call
Wow.
pure water.
Wow.
So that is somebody who's driven by value and thinking, how can I make a change in my environment?
Hmm.
So she came because she's used to creating what you call ashoke from where I come from, and she knows they use yarn to make those kind of clothes. She came up with the innovative idea of using pure water sachet that would have littered the environment, make the environment very
Wow.
pleasant to begin to put. And because of this, she got an award from the vice president of Nigeria and became the SME of the year because of the creative ingenuity that she put to play. And that's the same thing. That's the same material being used, pure water sachet being used to create this that you could see. So you can see her
Wow.
now with.
Wow.
So
Wow.
that is the aspect of what value are you offering in your community? What value are you making in your personal life? How are you living your life as a person to be able to have satisfaction? A lot of people have money and they are committing suicide because they don't have appropriate value. So it's not about the amount of money you have or the hugeness, is the amount of impact you are making in your life. All right. Second, now that first person is in Nigeria. This other lady who is in East Africa, in Kenya. Can you guess what she's doing? The back down picture has already given up the answer. You could see waste materials being used to create interlocking stones. And
Wow.
this is a young lady doing excellent and marvelous things. Why? And these stones are durable, more durable than the one you use brick to do that break away because they are. So you can see the aspect of value. Passionate, young lady, passionate to see that they bring sustainable change in their environment based on what? What is the driving factor? Value.
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 Values.
Hmm.
And you could see the smile on her face. Values that I'm doing something right. I'm making the environment, I'm making a change in my environment. So values are what. Now, this is another lady also in Kenya, doing wonderfully well. This is a lady that was in the bank. In Africa, when you are working in the bank, it's as if you are at the echelon of the society. It's as if you are at the cream, you are part of the cream de la cream, as it were, because of where you work in any bank. This was a lady working in the bank and resigned from the bank to begin to create those things. If I ask you, guess what is the material used to create some of those things? Okay, I can just let you. I guess you have got it properly. The same thing, waste materials, and she's getting awards. Getting awards. Look at what she's doing. Those materials are now used to create fences instead of using wood, making the environment more. So you could see the aspect that value is very important. Values is very important. It drives you to do things and bring change in the environment wherever you find yourself. Your values are very important. So quickly, as I quickly to begin to round up, what next? What next? How do I gain value? How do I begin to have appropriate value that will begin to add value to my community, to my environment? So what next should I do? How do I do that? What do you suggest I do? Quickly, number one, begin to connect with persons who are champions of good values. In your community, they are there. They are scattered everywhere. Look for people who are champions of good values, good vibes of good values, good representative of good values, and begin to connect. Make those people your friends. Is a popular saying. Tell me your friend, or show me your friend, and I will tell you the kind of person you are. So you now need to begin to have these kind of persons as part of the people that you're going to spend time with. Again, assess your unique strengths, your gifts, strengths, and your interests, and begin to see where your values lie. And this will help you to begin to know what you need to begin to pour your time, your passion, and your interest in. Also, Access available, like I said earlier, problems are everywhere. But these problems are opportunities. They are resources. The problems you go through are resources for are raw materials for you to become better, to make a positive impact on earth. So begin to assess these problems and begin to see how you can be a solution to them. Again, be consistent with inner goodness and ethical principle. I like to believe that everyone has good in them. I like to believe that your parents gave you some moral values. I like to believe and trust that, well, you have some good in you. I don't want to the opposite. I like to believe that. So be consistent with that inner goodness and ethical principle. Be consistent with that, with your based on your actions and what you do. All right. I'm a person of faith, and it drives what I do. It drives my own values. It drives what I do. So seek to please God with your body, seek to please God with your spirit, seek to please God with your soul. So just for you to know that you are a spirit living in a body with a soul. So if that is it, seek to please God. Know that you didn't create yourself, or did you create yourself? I beg to argue that you did not create yourself. So, because if you did not create yourself, therefore, seek to please the one who created you.
Mm.
All right. In conclusion, so I conclude by saying, until your life choices are driven by positive values, I beg to argue your existence has no meaning.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
For purpose is the source of fulfillment. So you could see what I'm doing there. I'm using purpose as a synonym for value. So you can say for value is a source of fulfillment.
Mm.
So if you have appropriate value, you can begin to have satisfaction,
Mm.
impact in life. All right, great. Now, for those I asked you initially, for some of you people that are looking for job, or you are unemployed, or you are still students, this is a program I'm having. It's a free event next week Saturday, and I think you can still register for it. We still have spaces. It's a free event. We'll be talking about knowing yourself and exploring the career choices you can make. We're talking about developing employability skills that will make you a standard person of value in your organization. Is personal branding. How do you develop a personal brand? Job hunting. If you are looking for a job, we're going to be dealing with some of those aspects. And also for those who want to study abroad, maybe you are watching us from Africa or anywhere in the world, we'll be able to touch on some of those things and how to be able to. So that will be on Saturday, next Saturday, by the grace of God. So register at bit.ly/career accelerator workshop. It's free, and I'm telling you, it's going to be of extreme value to you. All right. So great. That's me done. Question and answer. Now I have put together after the I'll show you some slides after this. Now I've put together some suggestions because discovering value, it takes time.
Mm.
And there's a need for
Mm.
you to be able to go through a process. So I've put together quickly some things that could help you. How do you quickly know your values? So I'll just rush through this. I'm not identify the times when you were happiest. Identify the times, you can see this from Mind Tools. I got this from Mind Tools. Identify the times when you were most proud of yourself. Identify the times when you were most fulfilled and satisfied. And number 4 is determine your top values based on your experience of happiness, pride, and fulfillment. I'll show you the list from which you're going to be able to do that just after now. And also prioritize your top values. And number 6, for you to discover your values, reaffirm those values. So here you could see examples of values that you can use and say, okay, which one relates to you, and see which are your first topmost values. Okay, so excuse me, thank you. And that's me done. So I put it on the slide so that you can have access to them and later go back and go through this. So thank you very much again for having me. I'd like time for questions and answer, suggestions and comments. Thank you very much.
Wow.
Thank you so much for
Wow.
for the
I,
information.
I feel I don't know. Maybe it's me. I'm feeling. I feel. I'm just feeling like it's in a rush. Like we rush this information out of doctor. Like
Yeah.
my goodness, this is so much. This is if I guess right, this should take months of class. If oh no, this is a lot of information. This is a lot of information, and thank you very much, sir. We sincerely appreciate this time. Wow.
And maybe if you have any question, you can just put it in the comment below, or some people might want to view it later. You can still put in your question.
Yeah.
We can send it to him, and there is a way you can connect with you.
So, if you have a question now, just please post a question. I know I have a few comments here. For those who are joining, wherever you're joining from, in Africa, UK, Scotland, Asia, Canada, the US, uh, indicate, post your question. We will definitely read your question. We have a few minutes left to go through this question, and I feel we can bring Doctor back. It's for another session of of this ethical and unethical. This is huge.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
I have a question here,
All
and
right.
like you said during the presentation, that we all have good within us. Everybody, every human being, you have good within you. My question is, why would good people or ethical people still make some unethical decisions?
Okay. All right. Thank you very much for that question. Now, um, it has to do with the way we are made up, the way we are wired as people. You see, as persons, we are spirits living in a physical body, and we have a
Mm,
soul. So our brain has a role to play in the decisions we make.
mm,
And so sometimes when they call that cognitive dissonance, which is mental dissonance, in which you want to, and that you see that I'm a person of faith, and you see that in Paul saying in Romans chapter 7, I want to do this, but I find myself doing that. Is cognitive dissonance, in which you have good intentions, but your body, the driver of your body is your brain, is taking you to something totally different from what you're supposed to be doing. So for such a person, I don't know if you get me clearly. So if you find yourself that you have good intentions, you want to do something good, and your actions are contrary, is for you to try and understand that your brain is running based on, if you go back to the issue of human beings have what we call conscious and subconscious mind. Every human being, like now I'm talking to you now, it is my conscious mind I've used to prepare and to deliver this.
mm,
But my subconscious mind is still part of me. And the subconscious mind is 95%. It's like your hard drive. Is the one that determine all the things you do. Now, as you are moving around the city, as you are growing up, your subconscious mind is soaking in various kind of information, taking in various kind of information.
mm,
Now, for you as a person, you think I'm very good. I've been brought up with good values. But when it comes to the issue of making decision, you find that your subconscious mind kicking, and the choice you are making are opposite totally to what you want to do in your conscious mind. So
mm,
how do you make that change? It is now to go through the list that I've given at the end of these slides, and look at it. Okay, if these are the values I value. Now look at your life and say, okay, How is my life different from this value? I value family, for example. Someone said, I value family, but you don't spend enough time with family. Why is that?
Mm,
That's already
mm,
a discongruence. It's not aligning. So it's not for me to say, okay, what can I do to align my value with what I do physically?
mm,
And now begin to develop strategies to begin to change that behavior intentionally. That's okay. I need to now begin to spend more time with my wife. I need to now begin to spend more time with my children. I need that to begin to whatever is taking you out of, I need to begin to spend. So you intentionally begin to change your behavior. And as
mm.
you are doing that, after a while, you find out you will be able to uh, live your life based on the values that you have. I hope I've been able to try give it a stab to your question.
Absolutely, yes, you did. You did an amazing. Yeah, you answered the question correctly.
Right? Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you for all viewers, wherever you're joining from. Please, we still have Dr. Shola here. Post your questions, send your question, and if you think you want to email it to him, his details, you can connect with him on his social handle, Instagram, precisely at Dr. underscore Olushola underscore Ajide. Please connect with him. We're he is will I say lecturing us now?
Yeah,
He's
it's
taking us, yeah,
impacting
yeah,
us
he's impacting us with wow,
with
that's
so many information
with so
about
many
values.
information about
Hmm.
ethical, unethical, and he actually touched. Oh my goodness, I have to come back and listen to this. With what I've heard, it touched virtually on
Yeah.
every aspect, every topic, every subject that pertains to life, and then how you can, oh my, so much, how you can connect, discover purpose, and match
Mm-hmm.
it up. And I love what you did at the beginning, sir. Director, distractor, how it fits into the value system. Wow, I've never seen it that way. Well, you just opened my eyes up to it. Thank you very much. I
Thank
appreciate that. And if you have any question, please post your question right away. You going through comments. I've not been able to go through it, but I'm going through a few comments. There's a huge comment here, but all right, we have viewers. We have
That's the
her.
name I do.
Okay. All right. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Okay. Good morning, wherever that is. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Thank you. Thank you for joining. We appreciate all those who've joined. Thank you. Thank you. And then the link to share. You have the link to share. Someone say you couldn't share the link. That's the link. The link is actually on the page. You'll be able to share the link to as much as you want to. And then you have the video back down for you to go back at and watch. Thank you very much. Yeah. So, okay. So, uh,
Yeah. What do you think?
yeah, the question that I actually have that I would have, but I don't want to ask now because it's gonna take much.
No, well, let's go for it. At least since
Okay.
Maybe the last question.
Yeah, maybe the last question is, uh, uh, you actually mentioned ethics in a big form. So, like at the place of work, at so many at school, for students, for parents, and for employee as well. So, how what is important? The importance of ethics at the place of work, even for students. The importance of it,
okay.
of ethics.
Now, when I mentioned earlier
Mhm.
about, so the question is what's the importance of ethics?
That's right.
So what I've done in this particular presentation is that Another synonym for ethics actually is values.
Mm.
Okay.
Mm.
So
Great.
instead of using your word ethics,
Okay.
is values. What is ethics? Ethics are values that guide what you do.
Two.
So if you say something, somebody does something which is ethical, like okay, like in the advert you put out, you use the example of a student who plagiarized.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
So you
Mm-hmm.
say because the student plagiarized, copied with that now, and it did not
Mm-hmm.
acknowledge using that knowledge as if is our own. That is
That's right.
unethical, isn't it? Now, but if the
Mm.
person acknowledge, that is ethical.
Mm.
So the point I'm making now is that what is it that made that person to use somebody else's knowledge without acknowledging them? It is based on value. So value is the machine, is the subconscious, is what is driving everything.
Mm.
So it is the same values that will make somebody, and that's why I asked the question at the beginning. I asked the question, I said, what can you not do? What can you not do to attain that success? In other words, there are things you say, I want to be successful, but there are some things I cannot do.
Mm.
Or there are things I can do to attain the success I want. So if a student wants to pass, he says, because I want to pass, I can do anything. That tells you the value of the person.
Mm.
And he says, I
Mm.
can do anything by cheating, anything by uh, plagiarism, anything by sleeping with lecturers, anything by paying for marks, anything by paying somebody to do the coursework for them.
Mm.
Can you see the point now? So, what is making that person to do that? It is the value, what the person counts as more valuable. Because we define value as its values are the things that determine the principle that determines your behavior.
Mm.
So if somebody have a principle that says I must stand for something good morals, it is better I fail than paying XYZ to
Mm.
sleep with a lecturer. It is better I fail than paying somebody to do this assignment for me. It is
Mm.
better I go to learn, humble myself, and go and learn from my colleague what
Mm.
I don't know so I can be able to. So can you now see
Mm.
that actually value is the one, it is
Right.
ethics you see outside,
Mm.
but the thing driving that is what is the
Is
value.
valid.
The value the person places on that thing.
Mm.
That is what is driving it.
Mm.
So in the place of work, the same applies. Even it goes to the aspect of the issue of backbiting your colleague, trying to rubbish your colleague, trying to ensure your colleague is sacked at work
Mm.
for you to be celebrated. Your colleague did a job. You want to get the reward for the colleague's job. You
Mm.
didn't do it, but you want to be acknowledged for doing the work. Even when your boss mistakenly attributes the job success to you, you couldn't say, sorry, excuse me, sir, I didn't do the work. Mr. Sampson Oyeyel actually did the work. So he needs to be recognized for the work he has done. So as
Mm.
your colleague boss is acknowledging you, you say, yes, it was actually very hard. Actually,
Mm.
I labored for it, whereas you
Mm.
didn't do that. So it's ethics. That's the value. The value person values to be praised more
Mm.
than being a good employee. I hope
Mm.
I've been able to answer.
Yes.
So it draws across every area of
Mm.
our life. And that's
Mm.
why I give
Mm.
example also, even as investors, you see a lot of killings now in Afghanistan, You see a lot of killing in some part of the world. The question I keep asking, who is funding, who is buying these ammunitions for them? Who is giving them the ammunition? Somebody who has a wrong value, a wrong ethical behavior is responsible for the production of those ammunitions that is being used to destroy lives of millions of people. And somebody is investing also in them as an investor. So, what is what driving that person? The person values money more than life. So you could see it cut across everything, even this that we're doing now. Why did you put this program together? It is because of values. Is your value in driving you to make the society a better place? So you could see values is everything. Is everything. Is what you is the what is driving our lives subconsciously. While ethics is what you can see as outworkings of those values.
Wow. Thank you very much. So that answered my question.
So we are
Yeah.
going to put it to you that you're watching us.
Yeah.
What are your values?
Values. That's right.
What are the things that are so important to
Important
you
to
in
you.
life? Maybe you have to go back and see the video from the beginning. You ask some questions from the beginning. The who are you? Who am I?
I love that part.
Why
Yeah.
am I here? You know, what can I do? Where am I going? These are the questions that you have to be honest to yourself
That's
and
right.
ask yourself.
That's right.
Then, if you're able to provide the answers to this question,
That's right.
you might be able to get your values. And when you know what your values are, then you can be a positive impact wherever you
Wherever you
go,
are.
in your family, at your workplace, in the community, in your nation.
That's right.
It has to start from you.
You.
Let it begin from you. Let the good values begin from
Comes
you.
from you. Yeah.
And from you, then we can transfer it. And we
For
can,
sure.
from there, we can have a good family, a good community, a good nation,
a good province.
a good province, a good world. It all has to start from
You.
you. What are your values?
Great. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you very much for joining. In addition to that, I will be drawing the curtain here for today and this week. I can't wait for next 2 weeks. Is another professor that will be joining us next. I want to unleash it here. Don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much,
Thank
sir,
you.
for
Thank
joining us.
you for
Yeah.
having me.
This time
Thank
around, I believe and I trust God that we're gonna bring you live into Manitoba in the conference
you.
room, and
Amen.
then in the University of Manitoba,
Amen.
we're gonna book up a hall there for those students to come learn from you. Trust
Amen.
God that this happen. And
Amen.
yeah, I trust
Amen.
God. One way or the other, the Lord will make this happen. Yeah, that will
Amen.
bring you in
Amen.
here and come speak to the students that we have here, and then even at all level. Yeah, because this is a great, great, great way to learn. And for you viewers, thank you very much for being part of this episode of Destructor Director. We really appreciate your support. We thank for those who have leaving comments, those who are encouraging us at the back end that don't want to show their face. Hey, Samson, I love what you're doing. Please keep doing it. Don't give up. Hey, Cam, that was good. That was good. Yeah, we thank you. We thank you and we acknowledge that. Thank you very much. Your comment means so much. And then your encouraging words and help us to look inward and then connect with great minds, great minds like Dr. Shola and many others to bring them on here to come learn from them. And I know you know that by the time to bring them in here, it costs a lot of money. I'm not asking you for any donation though, but if you're going to bring it to book for a speaker like Dr. Shola in the conference, you know what is going to cost you a seat. A seat is going to cost over 6,000 or more or 3,000. I don't know, but it's going to cost a lot. But here we are encouraging, connecting with you to build a community, to build a home, and then to build your life. The watchword is your values, and you are the determinant of your values. So I want to leave it here today with my co-host Kem Oyola. Thank you very much for joining us, and it's been an impacting day today, and I want to always an impacting day. Always an impacting episode. Thank you very much. Until then, I want to encourage you. This is Director Destructor coming to a close for today. And until next 2 weeks, we look forward to seeing you. And then please keep living the best that you can and making the world and taking every moment to make it a better place. Thank you very much. We'll see you
Thank
next
you.
time. God bless. Stay blessed. Thank you,
Bye.
Dr. Shola, one more time. Thank
Thank
you.
you so much,
Bye
sir, for
bye.
joining.